Okay, enough toilet with practice. Welcome to Going Home. Lesson 2. In this lesson, we're going to work on a little chunk. You're going to have the whole first line of the music after lesson 1 and 2. Click on the link below for that sheet music and all the lessons for Going Home. So we ended off on lesson 1 on a low A. So just the pinkies up. And we have to get up to a B. We're going to get there with a G grace note when we do the embellished version. But let's just talk about no embellishments for now. Then we'll talk a bit about timing. Then we'll add those rascals back in. So we're going up to B. So we got to go from low A to B, just going up the scale, lift up one ring finger. That's our first move. We got that move down pat. One ring finger comes up. Don't let any other fingers jump in and help. Just one finger coming up. And then we just go up to C. We're walking up the scale. And then after that C, so from B to C, drop down the pinky, remember. Lift up one more finger. From C to E, we've done this transition a little bit. Two middle fingers have to drop down. Pinky finger and ring finger have to lift up to get to C to E. And then we just E down to C. We just do the reverse. And we've done this transition back in lesson 1. So check that out if you missed it. So middle two fingers come up for our C. Ring finger, pinky finger both drop down. So from C back to B is our last move. But then we have two Bs in a row. And we need to separate these Bs with something. So if you're not doing the grip, I recommend you do just the B strike. It can be challenging to get the pinky finger to cover the hole and come up. But the ring finger at the very least will cover it. The pinky might miss for a while until you develop those muscles on the outside of your hand pulling that pinky down. So be patient with that bottom hand pinky. It'll come. But that B strike is a really good way to start beefing up that pinky finger of the bottom hand. So go ahead and have a go at the B strike even if you're new to embellishments. It's a good way to work on that pinky finger. So those two fingers are covering the hole very briefly and popping right back up. That's the B strike. So let's talk a little bit about timing, then we'll talk about all the other embellishments in this section. So timing, we got 6 beats in the bar. The eighth note gets the beat as we talked about in lesson 1. So our third bar in line 1, or the first bar we're working on here, we have that B for 2 beats. B, C, E, C, B, B. So that first B has 2 beats. We go up to C for 1 beat. The E has 2 beats. We go to C for 1 beat. The B has 3 beats. We do our strike or grip or tourlouth, and then we have another 3 beats on a B. So that's kind of how the timing goes. And it can be really helpful just to sing the song. You don't have to be a great singer like moi. And I'm not a great singer. You just have to sing your version of singing the song and go ahead and clap the beats. Or listen to a recording or a YouTube video of the song and go ahead and clap the beats. Da, 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 da. So that's how I would do the timing. Don't worry too much about numbers and numbering the beats. That can just be too much cognitive overload, and you lose the feel for the music. So sing along, clap along. That's the beats. And let's talk about embellishments for this lesson 2 section. We're on low A. We're going up to B. We're getting there with a G grace note. Top finger of the top hand. And then what the heck was that? So that's what we call a grip. We're on the B, easy peasy. Now we're going to do a grip to C. So first part of the grip, we have to drop down to low G. So first part of the grip, we drop down to low G. Second part of the grip, we do a D grace note up and down. And we stay on that low G. There's the fast version. Here's the first part and the second part. So we drop down to low G, D grace note. Last part of the grip, third part, we've dropped down to low G. We've done our D grace note up and down, top finger of the bottom hand. Now we pop up to C. Middle two fingers pop up. That D grace note finger stays put. It doesn't move. The pinky finger stays put. It doesn't move. The top hand does nothing. It's staying put. It doesn't move. Here's the three parts, nice and slow. So that's a slow motion version. This can be a really important one to just pause the video, work on it. Grips can be a challenge. From the B to C is very, very, very common, so it's a good one to master for a lot of bagpipe tunes, but it can be a challenge waking up that bottom hand. The B to C kind of stuff challenges that bottom hand, especially the intrinsic muscles of the hand. So be patient with it. It's one of those, if your hand is getting tired, it's getting a workout. Don't worry about it for another while. Come back to it later in the day or even tomorrow or the next day, and you know, a little bit every day to wake up that bottom hand is good. So that's the grip. So there's the grip. We've done the... So after that C grip, then we have a C to E with a G grace note, and we've done that in the first lesson. G grace note against the top finger of the top hand, and then we go down to C. No embellishment there. After that C, we go down to that long B. That B gets 3 beats. We go down to that long B, but we get there with that G grace note. And here we have another grip. So this grip, we're not going to the C, we're just going down. The first two steps are the exact same. Down to low G, and then we have our D grace note, but then we don't pop up to C, we pop back up to B. So I call it a grip, but maybe the technical term is grip-a-mac or something like that. I'm sure someone can comment below and correct me with the technical name, but there's a different name when you do a grip and end up on the same note. I remember that. I didn't pay too much attention in my lessons growing up, but grip-a-mac or something. Anyway, comment below if you know, and I'd be happy to learn what the real name is too. But in this case, that grip movement, but just to B. So that's our last embellishment, and I don't know why, but I just love turning this one into a torluith. So a torluith or torluith-a-mac, maybe. Again, maybe we'll look at the comments below. But a torluith is the same thing as a grip, only when you pop up, in this case to the B, we're going to pop up with a E grace note. So that E grace note finger lifts and you pop up to B and then it comes down. I just think it sounds nice, that B to B, making it a torluith. I just like it. So that's what I tend to do in this tune. But if you're like, holy Moses, Alec, I can't even get that strike down. Don't worry about it. Stick with the strike. If the grips are too much, you're doing some doublings, you're doing some grace notes, but grips are throwing you for a loop. Especially, this is an easier grip to work on, B to B, and you're on a long B, you're on another long B. That's an easier grip to tackle. A much tougher grip to tackle is that first one we did at the start of this lesson, that C grip, right? That C grip, that's such a short note. That C only gets 1 beat. So if anything, I'd keep persevering with this B grip and take out that C grip. I'd just take out the embellishment there altogether. If it's giving you too much challenge and you're just struggling with the song. So there's my rant for you. And let me just I'll play all of line 1. I'll try to remember to do the non-embellishments version first and then embellishments after. Sometimes my fingers get carried away and just start doing their own thing. I'm sure you can relate. And if you can't, you will if you keep piping. Sometimes those fingers have a mind of their own. All right, so non-embellished version first. Line 1, lessons 1 and 2 combined. Check out the link below for all the lessons in my Going Home workshop. Sorry, a little bit of a muff there, just trying to make sure my chanter's on the mic. So, but I think you know how it goes. And here, in case not, here's once more with embellishments. So there's the embellished version. Again, sometimes I like to do that E grace note. Sometimes I like to do that Torluith. But again, you can do what works for you, unless you're with a band. And yeah, everybody's got to do the same thing. Do that version. But at least, depending on where you're at in your piping journey, there's a few options here you can look at. In all my workshops, I give different options like this. You can click on the link below. Check out this workshop. My other workshops are listed there as well. And thanks for tuning in to lesson 2 of Going Home. And until next time, I'm Alec from Get Bagpipe Ready. Happy piping.